The boxing world exploded after the Canelo versus Crawford fight, and these are the most insane reactions. Oscar de la Hoya remarked before the fight this bout might turn out to be another Mayweather versus Canelo clash. Canelo suffered his first professional loss in 2013 against Mayweather, who landed more than twice as many punches as the Mexican star on his way to a majority decision win. De la Hoya believed that unless Canelo scored a knockout, Crawford's style could give him the edge and lead to Canelo's defeat. De la Hoya said, "Even though these guys are a combined 80 years old, it should be a good fight. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes and he's coming off a huge layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th rounds to knock out Crawford." He further added that if Canelo doesn't do that, then Crawford would box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That might happen again. De la Hoya added, "Everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork. He has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches, but he cannot be comfortable inside the ring because if he's comfortable, 12 rounds will go by fast." Moreover, Teddy Atlas stood firm on his prediction for the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford showdown before the fight. Atlas was sticking by his guns, and we saw him picking Crawford to win. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Teddy Atlas said that when the bout was only vaguely proposed, many people had said Crawford was too small, and when it started to take shape, he hadn't hesitated and had backed Crawford, and he added that he was not changing his view.
And when it was only vaguely proposed, well, a lot of people poo-pooed it. No, Crawford's too small. Forget about it. It doesn't make sense. When it was going through those times, I didn't hesitate. I said Crawford. I'm not changing now.
Atlas questioned whether both combatants might now be too old. He recalled how excited everyone had been for the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight and said that, as it turned out, it had come about 5 years too late and therefore hadn't given fans the chance to see a truly great contest, leaving many disappointed. He added that he hoped the same would not happen with this bout and did not think it would, but conceded there was a chance people might ultimately be left unsatisfied. Atlas noted that Canelo wasn't as active as he used to be and carefully selected his fights, which could put him at a disadvantage against Crawford, who was moving up in weight and was the quicker fighter. Atlas said he was expecting Crawford to win on the outside, noting that he still had good length and should use that length in his legs while grabbing the canvas. He added that Canelo's feet were not that fast, recalling that Canelo had lost to Mayweather not because his hands were slow, but because he couldn't close the gap quickly enough, and he thought Canelo would face the same problem here.
Outside, use his length. I know he's still got good length on him. Use his length, use his legs a little bit. Grab the canvas. He's not gonna run, but just control space, get angles, be ready to punch. Don't allow Canelo to freely walk in. And where I think he gets served is that, again, Canelo's feet aren't that fast. Why did he lose to Mayweather a long time ago? I know it was a million years ago. I know.
Atlas believed Canelo would likely rely on one of his strongest weapons, the left hook to the liver. While that punch could sap the smaller fighter's legs, Atlas was skeptical Canelo would be able to set it up effectively against the quicker Crawford. Atlas also believed that Crawford would benefit from Canelo's decreased offensive activity. Before the fight, the final press conference gave fans everything they were hoping for: confidence, bravado, and a clear sense of the high stakes. From Canelo vowing to give his best performance to Crawford boldly saying he was ready to shock the world. We saw some of the most memorable moments from the event. During Fight Week at Allegiant Stadium, both fighters expressed their confidence and excitement. Crawford said, "I'm feeling great. I'm ready to go, shock the world," showing his determination to make an impact. Canelo shared similar enthusiasm, stating, "I feel great. For me, this fight means a lot, and I feel great. Ready? I can't wait for Saturday night. I can't wait for Saturday night and thank everybody coming to support the event," highlighting how much the fight meant to him and expressing gratitude to the fans who were supporting the event. On the stakes of the fight, Canelo said, "This fight for me is big. It's one of the biggest fights in my career. For sure it means a lot. This win is going to be in the very top." While Crawford added, "Well, anybody can be a nobody. And for what everybody says, I haven't fought anybody. So come Saturday, we're going to all see." On what this means for boxing, Crawford said, "Well, I think fights like this help the sport of boxing grow, in the sense of having the best fight the best, and it ain't going to do nothing but make the sport better, and the best is going to start fighting the best." Well, it's going to be stamped in the history books and the debate is going to be over. Meanwhile, originally leaning towards a victory for Canelo Alvarez, Mike Tyson seemed to have changed his opinion. Last month, Tyson shared his pick for the winner of the Canelo vs. Crawford showdown for all the 168 pounds belts. Still, he hinted that the fight might end in disappointment for him, with his fellow American coming up short. Tyson said on the big podcast, "I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I would like for that to happen, but Canelo is a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it." Listen, there's been upsets like that before. Henry Armstrong, at 124 pounds. He beat the 146 pounds champion, so, you never know. On Thursday morning, ESPN released its list of expert picks for Canelo versus Crawford. Tyson's prediction was included, revealing a change of heart about the fight. Iron Mike believed that Crawford would pull off the upset with a 12-round decision win. On the other hand, in a recent chat on the All the Smoke Fight podcast with Andre Ward, legendary sports commentator Stephen A. Smith shared his thoughts on the Canelo versus Crawford matchup. Smith said, "I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him." Revealing his final prediction, Smith added, "I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster." So, that's all from today's video. Don't forget to share your thoughts.